Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stag. Good morning, and thanks for rocking with the channel. Can you dig what I'm saying? Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Wanted to drop y'all a little video, man, before I head off to this gym today. I'm a little tired, but it still don't stop me from giving y'all this good content. And we're gonna get straight to it, man. You know, we're gonna get straight to it about your boy Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's wife files for a divorce, man, after he confesses to being on one of the Diddy tapes. Can you dig that? So before I get into this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, and that notification bell for your boy. Can you dig it? I even had to take some notes for this video. See, now your boy Snoop Dogg, you know, he's been with Shante Broadus ever since he was a teenager. You guys got to know the back history, man. East side of Long Beach. Can you dig it? Shout out to that east side of Long Beach. And Snoop was seen on a Diddy tape. Now, the thing is, that tape has been being shopped around Hollywood in some type of way. It ended up in the boss lady's hand, a.k.a. Shante Broadus, you know. And this ain't the first time, that Snoop has been in trouble and threatened with divorce from Shante. You know, we're going to backtrack a little bit, y'all. See, it was a time when he was rolling with the church, that none other than Bishop Don Magic Wand and all the major pimps in the United States, and he called himself doing some pimping. He even claimed to have two or three prostitutes that he was getting money from on a daily basis. And so this is why I believe that you know, Snoop Dogg and Shante had this paternity scandal back in the day. And if you ain't really paid attention, all you got to do is look at the daughter. You look at his sons, they look just like him. The daughters, they don't look nothing like Snoop. And it's a lot of people that's in these relationships cheating on a woman, and a woman go out. See, it's no fun when a rabbit got the gun. See, a lot of men, you know, you guys go out and you cheat on these women and you make these babies, right? And expect these women to take it. But what about when the woman cheats on the man and makes this baby, and now they want to keep everything on a hush-hush so that baby ain't looking nothing like you. And in your mind, you figure that it's karma because of what you've been doing. So now, here's the thing. Somebody gave Shante Broadus a tape with Snoop and Diddy on it. Now, I'm not saying that Snoop was a part of diddling little kids and anything like that. Apparently, the tape shows Snoop Dogg and Diddy doing that thing with another woman, like a three-way. You dig what I'm saying? Because there was cameras all over that house. And somebody has gotten that tape to Shante. Now, Shante she's been through a lot, but see, she's a smart one. See, she's like, you know, Michael Jordan's wife, Juanita, his first wife. She sat around and took it, was embarrassed until she left with $600 million. See, the smart ones just don't get up and just run away. The smart ones don't get up and run away. You dig what I'm saying? They save for a rainy day. And if you have a woman in your life, best believe she's not going to leave broke. She's going to be stashing money away until it's time to leave so she can have her a nice little nest egg. And in this case right here, this is exactly what Shante Broadus is doing to Snoop Doggy Dogg for catching him cheating. And these are just the times that we know about. Now, I won't say that he was on the rainbow activity tip, but he seems a little touchy about it when his grandchild was sitting in the movie theater and saw on a Walt Disney movie the first ever female on female kiss in Walt Disney. He was so offended by that, he spoke out about it. But yet you get signed to work in a cartoon that represents the rainbow community. That's not making no sense to me. But the thing is, Shante Broadus, she has Snoop right where she want him right now. She has him right where she want him. That's why you'll notice he'll tell you, hey man, I don't leave home without my ring. That she really got him in check, because he knows that if she leaves, she's going to take half the empire and then some, because she was a big part of making it happen. She's actually his manager. And by being his manager, guess what? She knows every one of his whereabouts. She know where every dollar is being spent. And, you know, she was responsible for getting him some major contracts. But sometimes, man, that whole manager thing can also be like a dog leash, so to speak, to keep your man in check. You know, it's almost like he cut a deal with his wife. Well, if you be my manager, you know, you'll know everything that I got going on. Because when you get caught cheating, man, you can't move like you used to. Now you have to prove everything to your wife and your whereabouts and all that good stuff. And Shante Broadus has that type of action. Can you dig it? And see, she's also writing a tell-all book, a memoir. For some reason, man, that's why women are smarter than men. They will always go and write that memoir and write that book before they get up out this joint. You dig? That's all I'm saying, man. Let's see what else I have here. You know, and like I said, Shantae's move is cold and calculated. She's not trying to just get up and move, but she's not trying to mess up the Broadus name, because she has been a major part of building that brand. But she definitely has the tape on Snoop Dogg, and she has leaked that tape. She's the one who leaked that tape. See, guys, this is what you don't realize. When you get ahead of something, if you're the one to leak something, or if you're the one to tell your personal business, you can never have an aha moment. But let me give you guys something to look at, because just like I always do, and give you guys an aha moment. Here we go.
And it's been many times where I've been at my lowest, and she's always been the strongest to get me back up, to like, get back out there. You gotta get back out there and do what you do. Don't worry about what's happening over here. I'm gonna handle that.
After 27 years of marriage, the world is witnessing what few thought possible. Shante Broadus, wife, manager, and architect of Snoop Dogg's modern empire, is walking out. And it's happening just as his name resurfaces in the long, dormant investigation surrounding Shakur's 1996 tragedy in Las Vegas. The timing, according to multiple insiders, is no coincidence. They say Shante is not merely ending a marriage. She's cutting the final tie before the fallout begins. We know Shante has been more than a spouse. In June 2021, she was officially appointed as the manager of Snoop's brand, a role that gave her control over multi-million-dollar partnerships in spirits, television, gaming, and the global market for legalized substances. For 2 decades, she quietly signed off on the deals that transformed Calvin Broadus from a rapper into a corporate institution. Yet now, as whispers of arrest warrants and financial probes circle back to his name, Shante has reportedly begun preparing divorce papers. Those close to her describe it as an act of self-protection, a step taken while the house is still standing.
Well, she's just a strong black woman off the tippy. You know what I mean?
The story doesn't exist in isolation. Allegations and old scandals are being dredged up again. There's the 2013 federal lawsuit accusing Snoop and a longtime associate of coercive behavior after a concert, a case that was settled privately but never forgotten. There's the 2004 filing for divorce, the one Snoop himself blamed on fame and ego before reconciling. And there's the endless reel of cheating rumors, from claims made by online personality Selena Powell in 2019 to the stories of side relationships dating back to the late 90s. Publicly, Snoop laughed it off, saying he turned down a lucrative offer to appear on a subscription site because, in his own words, "Ain't no way my wife would let me." But privately, sources say, that remark only underscored how much control Shante held over his image.
Snoop Dogg has never been faithful to Shante, ever.
But insiders now insist this isn't just a marriage ending. It's a preemptive escape. The shift came after Suge Knight, speaking from prison on his new program Collect Call, told listeners that Snoop has explaining to do about what really happened the night Shakur was ambushed in Las Vegas. The statement was vague, but its impact was instant. Within days, threads on social media and hip-hop forums began connecting names, contracts, and motives. For years, the talk had centered on Diddy, but Suge's new comments redirected the spotlight back toward the man who had once stood beside Shakur on stage, smiling for the cameras, then distanced himself days before the tragedy.
And good thing he didn't, because even though we was friends, but if pays you, I got a bullet into my skull. And one of the best friends I ever had in life is Pop.
If you was ever locked up in one of them LA
See what I'm
County
saying?
spots,
You just don't stop, guys. Let's get back to it.
We can't ignore how precisely the timelines overlap. Reports about Shante consulting family attorneys first surfaced in late summer, the same period Suge's remarks went viral. By September, legal analysts were revisiting court transcripts from the 90s, reminding the public that Snoop's earlier trial for a separate case had ended in acquittal only after a violent confrontation tied to his security team. To industry veterans, it looked like the past circling back at the worst possible moment. What makes Shante's silence so powerful is her history. She isn't a celebrity chasing fame. She built her husband's business foundation. When Snoop said she was his final gut check, he wasn't exaggerating. She oversaw
And he wasn't lying when he was saying that was his final gut check. You know, that, hey, boss lady runs stuff around here. But the thing is, the last straw is her getting a hold of this Diddy tape. And there's going to be a whole lot more people that are going to be receiving these tapes because, believe it or not, everything that they took from his house, if it was not used for court purposes, they have to give his stuff back. And I'm sure he had backup servers. So, man, ain't nobody out the water. Every celebrity is hiding and running for their life. But Snoop Dogg, man, hey, I made a video about it that went viral in the beginning. You guys can go through my shorts. It's about like 800,000 views on that video or something. And you can find it where I talk about this in detail. But other than that, man, hey, let's see who else gonna pop up in the comments, guys. Y'all let me know if you think that Snoop will get a divorce from high school sweetheart Shante Broadus, or will they stay together, even though she has the tape and she's seen it for herself. Other than that, man, hey, please let me get 1,000 likes on this video. Let's get 2,000 likes on this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping, right? And you know the rest. Remember, be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you never get finessed and get plenty of rest. And also, stay the fuck out of trouble.